Hello, everyone. I want to thank you for joining me today on Hey Elisette. My name is Elisa Lopez, and today I actually had another video ready for you guys, but I had to redirect and course direct. So today, as it is February, we are celebrating Black History Month, and as a Latina realtor, I feel compelled to let you know about a certain practice that was done over 100 years ago that still affects Black and brown people today. What is that practice? It was called redlining. And what is redlining? Redlining was a discriminatory practice that was established in 1930s where the mortgage industry, banking industry, decided to go out and create safety maps. These safety maps were highlighted in different colors. You had red, yellow, blue, and green for these particular colors. And they went and they determined which areas were too risque. And it wasn't about the home, it was about who actually lived in those particular areas. Here is the map for the residential security area for my hometown, Lorain, Ohio. Knowing that red meant predominantly Black immigrants, Latinos at that time, of course, they were denied the homes and denied investments. And then the color scale went yellow, blue, and there's a particular color that is missing on this map. None of it was labeled green. I have a true story for you. Back in my 20s, 25 years ago, I was working with my father and we were driving down the road of Dunton Road in Lorain, Ohio. And I was eager to learn from my dad. He had the apartments, he had presumed to me like he had wealth, and I was wondering how he did it. So I was ready. I am asking him, I'm like, I'm about to get the keys and the wealth and the knowledge of how this got done. So I said, Bobby, how did you get all these apartments? He continued to drive and he said, the bank was giving out loans and I went to go get them. And I'm waiting for the bomb to drop or something else. And that was it. That was all he shared. And I was like, my dad is so much smarter than this. Like, why would he just tell me what the process is in place now? That didn't make any sense, but now I get it. There was a time from 1930s to 1968 where my father couldn't get a loan. And still to this day, I wonder how did he do it with his adverse circumstances? And he would tell me stories about prejudice and not being able to get into the Catholic school system. And I honestly didn't believe it, but now I do have a different perspective. So when they actually did release this unfair practice and created the Fair Housing Act in 1968, that is when my dad started to go get these loans. Why does redlining matter today? It was done a while ago. Because of this particular practice, families were blocked from owning homes, improving on their homes, and building equity. And it prevented generations from accessing home ownership, the primary way that wealth is built in America. I can tell you now that Lorain, Ohio, the average household for sale is about $193,000. Where I am at now in Summit County, they're going over $500,000. Why? Not bragging, not saying that I'm all that whatsoever. This was something that I recognized a long time ago. And I made a conscious decision to make sure that I lived in a green area. Very conscious. For me, for my children, for my children's children. Buy the property, buy the land, buy the dirt. The years or the talks of the 40 acres and a mule, we all know that went by the wayside. Things that we were promised, supposedly promised, whatever, gone. You have the opportunity today to take advantage and buy property. At Sepal Homes, we believe knowledge empowers people, homeownership builds stability, and communities thrive when the access is fair. This Black History Month, we remember the past to educate for a better future.